got it eventually, but he did pick it off the ball, off the ground, so there is a free for Dublin, and that was a bit of hard luck there as Armagh looked like moving away, and just that skiddy ground did it again. Brian won't no, Jimmy Keaveney, having made the record, is going to make it a little bit harder for those who follow later to catch him. That is, if he can send this one over from 55 yards out. And it has gone wide. 23 points to 13 in favour of Dublin. That is the score now, 4-11 to 3-4. And we make it, what, about 23 minutes gone? Second half. Ryan McAlinden's kick, Colin McKinstry getting it in the centre of the field. John McCarthy and Brian Mullins combining there. Brian Mullins trying to get it back to Tony Hanaho, but Jim Loughran is there. This is Tom McCreesh. That's Kevin Rafferty trying to get it up there, and Bernard Brogan after him, but the referee penalises the Dubliner for a push in the back. Pat O'Neill is back at left full back for Dublin with Larry Kearns at top of the right. That's if anybody is playing back there at the moment, because they're moving everywhere. This is Dennis Stevenson. Free for Armagh, halfway line. Jimmy Smith to take it, and Jimmy's in a hurry. Joe. Kevin Moran, youngest man in the Dublin team, foul there, and a free out for Dublin from the 50-yard line, which Kevin himself will take. Kevin has only had one of these solo efforts of his, which bring him from defence into attack, and it didn't really finish off with the Kevin Moran shot. I just wonder, will he try another before the game is over? Interception there by Pat O'Neill. Pat is hurt there. His shoulder is hurt. Eventually got a bit of a push there, but he was hurt just before that push. And the ball gone running through to John McCarthy. David Hickey, Anton O'Toole, Bobby Doyle, and it's another goal! Another goal, Bobby Doyle, the scorer, and that's his second goal of the game. As I said before, when those Dublin forwards get moving, they make it look so easy. Look at this for a passing movement. Anton O'Toole, Bobby coming into the centre, and Ryan had no chance whatever in the goal. And Bobby Doyle has now scored a total of 2 goals and 2 points in this game. Can he equal the record of Frank Stockwell? Meanwhile, I think that Pat O'Neill's shoulder seems to be injured, and he is going off. Pat O'Neill is going off the Dublin team, who was injured there with a clash just a moment ago. And Paddy Riley is in the game. Ball eventually breaking to Peter Traynor, who kept waiting for it to come out to him there. And they don't have a man to give it to, except wearing a blue jersey, and that's Sean Doherty. Ball gone out over the sideline, and player from each side momentarily anxious to take it. And Bobby Doyle eventually took it and sent it back to Tommy Drum. It was a Dublin ball, although Dingle Daly for Armagh was very anxious to take it there, but there seemed to be a little bit of confusion. Anyway, Jim Loughran with it now for Armagh. Paddy Riley, a great terrier in the Dublin panel, on now. Pressure, getting the ball out. David Hickey trying to get to it, not succeeding. And here's Tony Hanaho coming away. All blocked down there, but goes back to Paddy Moriarty. Kevin Rafferty in the centre now to Sean Devlin, who's moved out some time ago into the half line. Dingle Daly now tussling through with Tommy Drum here, just to the left. Bailey still with it. But it's a Armagh ball. No arguments about this one. Almost 28 minutes gone, about 7 minutes left in the game. Nice ball. And it was a very nice effort, but didn't quite have the finishing touches that were intended. Joe Kernan went very high to try to get to it, to get his third goal, but he didn't succeed. Double scoring, Dublin 5-11, Armagh 3-4, that's 26-13. Brian Mullins brought down there. There have been only 4 occasions in the history of the association when there's been a double-double. In other words, that the hurling champions retain their title and the football champions retain theirs. And this certainly looks as if history, modern history, will be made here today. Well, Sean Devlin. Leo Driscoll getting in there. Jim Loughran. Back now to Dennis Stevenson. Across to Colm McKinstry. Up along the wing now to Peter Traynor. Humpty Dumpty back now to Dingle Daly. And Dingle went wide. It's 5-11 to 3-4 in favour of Dublin. 6 minutes between Dublin and another All-Ireland title, their 20th. And the third in 4 years for this present Dublin panel. Paddy Cullen with the kick out now. How this game came momentarily to life in the second half when Armagh got those couple of goals. And they're still trying very, very hard. This is Jimmy Smith. Kevin Moran standing in front of him. Paddy Cullen again. Kevin Rafferty. This Dublin team, they're so big and they don't look it until you see them beside another team. Only 4 men on the team are less than 6 feet tall. And that's Colm McKinstry. This is Peter Traynor. And that's another point for Armagh, scored by Peter Traynor. And now the cheers while they're there are just that little bit weaker because the obvious is very obvious. 5 goals and 11 points for Dublin, 3 goals and 5 points for Armagh. 5 minutes left in the game. This is Kevin Moran and Bernard Brogan. No doubt the ball and ground made breezy by the rain we had before the game. This is Anton O'Toole. And Anton satisfied without any heroics just to take the point. And that's his first point of the game, making the score now. Dublin, 5 goals and 12 points to Armagh's 3 goals and 5. That's 27-14. Dingle Daly. Jimmy Smith. Smith now in towards Peter Traynor. And Peter's kick is high and into a hill 16 that's beginning to wobble and indeed flow a little bit down there. I think quite a number of the followers are thinking that when the final whistle goes, they will get in on the field, wire or no wire. But there are some men in blue there standing in front of them that are pretty well deciding that they won't. From the kick out, the ball to this side of the field. We're really going through the motions now as Tommy Drum gets it upfield. Kevin Rafferty. Across now towards Sean Devlin, who in the corner or out in the centre has been working very hard. So is Jimmy Smith to Sean Devlin. Sean Devlin across to Joe Kernan. Joe with 2 Dubliners around him. shot that's good. It's gone over the bar for a point. For Armagh, and that makes the score now 5 goals and 12 points, so 3 goals and 6. Alan Larkin has come on the field for Dublin and gone off over on the far side. And in fact, there are a couple of substitutions here. Bernard Brogan has gone off, but Alan Larkin is on here on this side, this great member of the Dublin panel. A member whose dedication, whether he be a sub or a player, epitomises the spirit that's behind this Dublin panel. And also on the field now, Jim Brogan. Bernard Brogan has gone off, definitely. About 2 minutes left in the game now. This is Gay O'Driscoll. The game just flowing towards its end. Time running out, about 2 minutes left in the game, and Dublin, the All Ireland champions, once again retaining their title. Even though there are 2 minutes to go, the score 5-12 to 3-6. And I don't care who did what in the Sea of Armagh, there's no way it can be changed now. And Paddy Cullen showing that there's plenty of life in Paddy going up for that one. But he's forgotten something. Peter Loughran's got it now. 3 in. And it's going to be another penalty. Or is it? It is, I think, another penalty for Armagh. Their second penalty. And I wonder how many minds are going back now to 1953 when Bill McCurry got a penalty for them, when they were far better placed to challenge Kerry than indeed they are at this moment to challenge Dublin. Well, Paddy Moriarty facing up to the penalty. And facing the other end is Paddy Cullen. Hands on hips. Well, Paddy, the 2 Paddies. Number 6, that's the man to watch. And a great save by Paddy Cullen. A great save by Paddy Cullen. And what a crowning moment for this All-Ireland final for this goalkeeper who has done so much for them. There's the shot, and there is the save. It's not that the penalty was missed or anything like that. The penalty was saved, and there's the man that did it. He saved one in 74. He saved it at the expense of a 50 here. The 50 has been taken. Sean Devlin has taken his shot. He sent it wide. Well, the stopwatch says that there are seconds left in the game. Referee looking at his watch. Paddy Cullen's kick out to the centre of the field. Alan Larkin to Brian Mullins, to David Hickey, to Paddy Riley. Paddy all alone. Jimmy Keaveney. That was an intended one to Bobby Doyle. Referee calling for the ball, and the game is over. And Dublin are All Ireland champions of 1977. And the players hugging one another after the game. And Jimmy Keaveney, the man who has made his own personal record, putting his arm around Paddy Moriarty, whose fault it was not that Armagh were beaten today. Jimmy Keaveney, with the total of 2 goals and 6 points, has set a new personal record in an All-Ireland final. And those 2 goals, how well they were scored by him. And such indeed is the excellent control here by stewards and Gardaí that there is no question whatever of any overflowing into the field. There's a good crowd out there, all right, but certainly all the people that spoke and what have you about all the terrible things that were going to happen in Croke Park today, well, the only terrible thing that happened was from an Armagh point of view, when they were well and truly beaten by a Dublin team who truly merit, above all, that adjective of great. They proved it against Kerry. They confirmed it today. Dublin 5-12, Dublin 5-12, Armagh 3 goals and 6 points. Well, they're coming over now for the presentation of the Sam Maguire Cup. Many jerseys being swapped down there by players. In fact, I think when you see them coming up for the cup, an awful lot of Dublin men will be wearing orange jerseys because they will have swapped them with the men from Armagh. And Armagh, but for a spell of about 10 minutes in that second half, they somehow or other didn't really get going. It could be that they were opposed by the real champs. Down in under us, the subs have gathered and all the various officials. Jack Lynch there on the right, complete with the pipe. And the president there on the left, that's Mrs. Lynch in on the centre, Dr. Hillary. And the joy of victory. Paddy Cullen, a proud and happy man at saving that penalty. I know Paddy would take it as almost a personal insult that there was a goal scored against him earlier, but he's certainly made up for it.
Tony Hanaho, captain, Bernard Clear.
Tony Hanaho raises the Sam Maguire above his head.